9 News, WAOW. Here's what's happening right now.
Representative Tom Tiffany says he wants to be Wisconsin's next governor. We've got you covered on his reason for running and where the race now stands.
Had a pretty nice day across the area. We have more comfortable weather in store. We'll let you know how to plan the rest of your week.
Plus, local veterans take a trip of a lifetime to our nation's capital. Your news at 10 starts right now.
We've got you covered. This is 9 News at 10.
Our big story tonight, a new candidate has entered the race for governor. Good evening, I'm Kyle Pozorski. Congressman Tom Tiffany, who represents northern Wisconsin today, officially announced his campaign. Tiffany has served in the U.S. House since 2020 and also represented both the 35th Assembly District and 12th Senate District in the Wisconsin legislature in the past. He previously announced a special announcement will be coming on Wednesday to be held in WAOW. It is now set for tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And now with this move, Tiffany becomes the third Republican candidate to officially announce that they are running on the Republican side of the ticket. The other GOP candidates are Washington County Executive Josh Schoeman and Milwaukee area businessman Bill Berrien. On the Democrat side, there are 5 candidates in the race right now. This includes Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley, State Senator Kelda Roys, State Representative Francisca Hong, and American Family Field vendor Ryan Starnad, who are all running. The primary in each party will be next August. Let's talk weather now. 9 Storm Track meteorologist Jackson Garlick joins us with what we can expect moving forward. Jackson, it's now fall, but it doesn't really feel like it just yet.
Yeah, it's still a little bit warmer than what we typically see as nice fall weather or standard fall weather, I might say. This would be nice fall weather. Temperatures in the 70s and upper 60s. Of course, this weekend we had a decent bit of rainfall. We even had a couple of showers yesterday and in parts of the area today. As we move forward, the temperatures will remain above average. The clouds and the rain should begin to clear. So great day for most of us outside today. Even nicer weather in the forecast as we track later into the week. Clouds and radar view not showing much out there for tonight. We're seeing a couple of light sprinkles in parts of the area, otherwise dry weather. You can see a fairly sizable weather system in the southern part of the U.S. not going to be impacting us here in Wisconsin. So we have high pressure and clear weather moving in for the later part of the week. Lots of sunshine as we track into this upcoming weekend. Tonight we're down to 53, some scattered clouds and some patchy fog possible towards early tomorrow morning. As we mentioned, tomorrow we'll be starting with some morning fog, then pretty nice afternoon with partly to mostly sunny skies. As we take a look at what we're tracking nice weather, nice temperatures, and plenty of sunshine. We've got your full forecast coming up.
Jackson, thank you. To more local news, the Children's Imaginarium in Wausau hosted a community baby shower today, all to benefit local families. Those who came donated items like diapers and baby wipes, all in exchange for free admission. The event benefits the Baby's Place, which is part of the Neighbor's Place and located at the Community Partners campus. Items that were able to be donated included diapers, pull-ups, baby wipes, baby wash, diaper rash cream, formula, and so much more.
Very important. Community collaboration is really important as the core or the vision, the mission. We want to make sure that we're accessible and be open to the community. So to provide these resources for others is really important to have that here.
Julie adds that this is more than just collecting supplies, but really about celebrating families. An 11-member search and screen committee has now been named as UW-Stevens Point begins the search for their next chancellor. Members of the committee are expected to convene in the coming weeks. And once that happens, the committee will receive its charge and review search protocols. They will then begin determining the qualifications and interviewing the candidates. The Universities of Wisconsin Board of Regents will be assisting throughout the entirety of the search process. Spectrum has announced the expansion of internet, mobile, TV, and voice services in Adams County. The expansion will serve approximately 3,000 homes and small businesses which were previously unserved in the county. Newly connected locations include homes and businesses in the towns of Preston, Adams, and Lincoln, as well as areas north and east of Friendship and east of Adams. This is all part of Spectrum's Rural Construction Initiative, which looks to connect roughly 1.7 million new homes and small businesses all across the country. Yesterday, local veterans took a trip of a lifetime to our nation's capital aboard the never-forgotten Honor Flight. The trip served as a chance for them to heal and come back with a sense of pride. Our Cooper Wild had the privilege of joining them on the journey.
It was a journey that truly lives up to the name. A trip that 98 local American heroes will never forget. The day started at 0400, and from the moment we touched down in the nation's capital, the emotions started flowing.
Hundreds were waiting right outside the gate to give these men and women a very warm welcome. After that, it was off to the first stop, the Lincoln Memorial.
I hope that when they leave, they have a sense of pride again. Many of them say that they weren't proud of their military service, but after they leave this and just the random people from all around the world that will come up and thank them and shake their hand, they say that they're proud to be a veteran again.
After the group photo, they went off to take in the experience. Out of the 98 vets on the flight, 97 served during the Vietnam era. Because of that, many went to the Vietnam Memorial as their next stop.
It's great having a guide and having what's called to let you know what's going on. And it's good to have somebody to push you around. And the guys were talking about it, and I said, yeah, I'm going the honor flight. And a lot of them say, yeah, I wish I was going.
As much fun as they were having, seeing the names on those walls brought a lot of emotion.
The best thing I saw is I had a couple of people that I knew, they're friends of mine, that their brothers died in Vietnam. Big thing was doing the etching and being able to take that back and show them. It's a big deal. A lot of emotions there.
Moments like those are something that will stick with these heroes forever. And there is many more stories to tell from the Honor Flight. I'll have you covered all week with more on the trip. Reporting in studio, I'm Cooper Wild.
Some more local coverage. The Wood County Sheriff's Department is welcoming in film crews from the TV show Cops to the new county jail. Sheriff Sean Becker tells 9 News that the television show was looking to film inside a correctional facility, and Becker took the opportunity to say yes to having them. He says it's his goal that the show will highlight the work that the jail staff does every day and to also spotlight the new facility. The filming will not cost the county any money. The crews showed up today and began filming and are expected to be on site for at least a couple of weeks. Food for Kids is strongly encouraging people to volunteer for their upcoming event on October 11th. Organizations and churches in the area have asked for 620 cases of products, nearly doubling the demand from last year. With more food to package comes more need for helping hands. The event currently has 198 volunteers, but needs a total of around 500 to 600 to get the job done. Kids are also encouraged to help out along with their friends and family members. The event will be held at the Lakeland Union High School in Minocqua. More information as well as how to sign up can be found on our website, WAOW.com. Vilas County Sheriff Joe Fath will be retiring at the end of this year. According to our news partners at WXPR, Sheriff Fath will retire in December after serving the Vilas County Sheriff's Office for more than 4 decades. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers is currently seeking some applicants to serve as sheriff until the end of Fath's term, which expires in January of 2027. The application can be found on the Apply to Serve page on the governor's website. The deadline to apply is October 6th. A few Wisconsin Republicans are introducing a bill that would protect free speech on UW campuses and penalize the schools if they prohibit it. Tonight, Lucas Kim explains the proposed law and has you covered on why lawmakers, school officials, and students say protecting free speech is important.
I feel like you should be able to speak what you want to speak.
Republican lawmakers are introducing a bill that would protect free speech on college campuses and allow students to sue the universities of Wisconsin if their freedom is violated.
There can be a civil cause of action against them, and there can be penalties involved there.
Representative Amanda Nedweski is authoring the bill and says it comes at a time when freedom of speech is suffering.
With the recent assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, we're hearing a lot more, particularly from college-age students, about the lack of viewpoint diversity on campuses and what Charlie did to facilitate that.
A survey conducted in 2023 at UW schools found a majority of Republican students reported being afraid to express their viewpoints on campus. Ned Wesky says UW schools are not enforcing penalties at full weight for violating free speech, but the president, Jay Rothman, is saying otherwise.
I mean, we really have a robust policy around freedom of expression that the Board of Regents adopted over a decade ago.
That policy states students who violate or disrupt freedom of speech twice may be suspended for 1 semester.
That freedom of expression, that is absolutely critical to our mission and to allow our students to debate issues.
A student I spoke with argues that everyone has a right to express what they feel.
Everyone's got a voice, so you can use it even if you're a conservative or liberal, doesn't matter.
Nidweski says that the bill also includes protecting free speech at technical colleges in Wisconsin. She's hoping that the university will see its benefits if it moves forward at the Capitol. Reporting in Madison, I'm Lucas Kim.
A programming note, tonight Jimmy Kimmel Live will be returning to ABC. The Walt Disney Company suspended Kimmel last week after the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, that you saw there, was critical of a comment Kimmel made about conservative activist Charlie Kirk's death. The Walt Disney Company says it has spent the past several days having, quote, thoughtful conversations with Kimmel. Two TV ownership companies, Nexstar and Sinclair, have decided to not air the show tonight. 9 News WAOW is owned by Allen Media, which will be airing Kimmel's show tonight at 10:35 following our newscast. Coming up here on 9 News at 10, a woman from Missouri who tried to defraud the family of Elvis Presley has been sentenced. Plus, the price of Disney Plus and Hulu is going up again. We have those stories in our national headlines next.
And temperatures about 5 degrees warmer than average again outside today. We'll let you know if that's going to change for the rest of the week. Coming up.
Welcome back. A woman from Missouri who tried to defraud the family of Elvis Presley found out her punishment today. A federal judge sentenced Lisa Finley to more than 4 years in prison. She hatched a plot to auction off Graceland, which is Elvis Presley's historic home in Tennessee. Finley contacted the Presley family about 6 months after Lisa Marie Presley died in January of 2023 and claimed Presley had borrowed nearly $4 million from a private lender. Finley said Graceland was used as collateral for the loan, but the whole thing was a hoax. Authorities charged Finley this past year. Disney is raising the prices on the majority of its streaming service plans in the U.S. This includes most Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN select plans. Most plans are increasing by $1 to $3. This is now the third time in 3 years that Disney has raised streaming service prices in the U.S. The new prices will be effective on October 21st. A verdict has been reached in the trial of the man accused of trying to kill President Donald Trump in Florida during the presidential campaign last year. Jurors finding Ryan Ruth guilty on all 5 counts, coming to a decision after 8 days of testimony from 41 witnesses. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the details from Washington.
Today, a jury found Ryan Ruth guilty of trying to assassinate President Trump at his Florida golf course last September. Immediately after the verdict came down, Ruth appeared to try and stab himself with a pen, a source tells ABC News. The source adds Ruth left marks on his neck, but wasn't injured. Reacting to the verdict, the president today gave credit to prosecutors, the judge, and jury.
It was really well handled, and it's very important. You can't let things like that happen. Nothing to do with me. But a president or even a person, you can't allow that to happen. And so justice was served.
Ruth, who does not have any legal education or experience, represented himself at trial. Secret Service agent Robert Furcano testified at the trial about the day he says he spotted Ruth's AK-47 style weapon poking through the shrubbery while Trump was golfing last year in Florida. Furcano told jurors he fired his service weapon in the direction of the bushes where prosecutors say Ruth had been hiding.
The subject, who did not have line of sight to the former president, fled the scene. He did not fire or get off any shots at our agent.
Furcano testified he found Ruth's rifle and body armor at the location Ruth had used as his perch. The jury also heard from the man who said he spotted Ruth running away from the area and jumping into a car. Ruth called 3 witnesses, including 2 longtime friends, and was cut off multiple times during questioning by U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon. Ruth argued prosecutors did not prove that he intended to harm Trump, saying prosecutors maybe proved that someone was outside the fence with a gun, but the gun gun was never fired. But prosecutors said the 59-year-old construction worker made 17 trips to scope out Trump International Golf Course in West Palm Beach, arguing there was no purpose for that trip other than to kill Donald Trump. Ruth declined to testify in his own defense. Sentencing is scheduled for December. Ruth's convictions carry a maximum sentence of life in prison. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Now, your 9 storm track weather forecast.
And let's get straight to the full forecast. Jackson joins us with that.
Looking pretty nice as we move forward. I know a lot of people are excited for a nice weekend at the end of the week, and even before we get to that point, we have some pretty great weather as well. Some morning fog possible yet again. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to be quite as thick as what we had this morning, but we are going to be having a chance of some morning fog over the next couple of mornings. You can see the National Weather Service has issued a dense fog advisory for those in the northwestern corner of the state. That has not been extended across central Wisconsin, but we can still see some patchy fog during the early morning hours. Our future track visibility does show decent visibility for the early morning hours, 6 or 7 a.m. But you can see some isolated areas down to 1 mile or less. As we carry over into our Thursday morning, we're looking about the same. A small chance of some patchy fog in the morning, but nothing too extreme as we track throughout the next couple of days. Our clouds and radar view not showing much outside tonight. Now, we did see a couple of sprinkles earlier across the southern part of the area. It does look like there might be a little bit of a light sprinkle activity, but what we're likely seeing on the map here is some upper level radar scans that are kind of getting some upper level moisture, not necessarily rainfall that's reaching the ground. So pretty dry for the rest of tonight. Some of that moisture, as we mentioned, could start to build into some of that fog towards early tomorrow morning. Our clouds and radar view showing pretty clear skies off to our west and northwest. That's the conditions that are moving in towards Wisconsin. We should eventually see plenty of sunshine throughout this week, and that means, well, pretty much no rainfall. Here's our rain estimate throughout the entire week. The next 7 days, very low numbers. A lot of us won't see any rainfall at all. So, of course, we got a decent bit of rain throughout the weekend, throughout our Monday. Now we're going to start to dry out as we move to the end of the week. For those gardeners out there, you probably don't have to water over the next couple of days with the recent rainfall, but you might have to water again as we track into the later part of the week. Temperature-wise, we'll be sitting right in the sweet spot with highs continuously in the 70s. Overnight lows in the 50s. It does look like our much warmer than normal weather pattern will be extended all the way through the end of the month and potentially into the early start of October. The Climate Prediction Center with that outlook there. Future track forecast not going to show too much. A little bit of early morning fog or low clouds for tomorrow, eventually subsiding into some sunshine for the afternoon. We'll see pretty similar weather out on Thursday as well. Overall, once we hit the end of the week, we are looking at a lot of sunshine across the area. Overnight low tonight down to about 53, a north-northeast wind of 5 miles per hour. Daytime high tomorrow at about 70s. Morning fog, then a nice afternoon with sunshine. Winds up to just 10 miles per hour. Extended forecast moving forward shows 70s continuing. Lots of sunshine here, especially towards the end of the week. Our weekend right now looking great.
We've got you covered. And now, sports.
Very few matchups bring out more passion than when Wausau West and East collide. Tonight, the crosstown rivals meet out on the pitch in a movie-like setting under the pink skies. Warriors still looking to notch that first win of the year, while East looking to get over a hump after a pair of ties last week. 11th minute, Jack's on the set piece. AJ once bends a beauty from the corner. Lucien Coragni right there, turns it, buries it back of the net. Jack's able to strike first. Looking to pour more on in a hurry. This time it's Peter Coragni getting another good look, but Will Stengel right there to stop it. Time expiring now in the half. PA announcer starting the countdown from 10. Kaido Lore, though, taking it through nearly half the team. He pokes home the payoff. That makes it 1-1 at half. But after the break, it would be East tipping the scale, 3-2 the final. Same conference, different sport. Stevens Point, the Soul team, still unbeaten in the Valley on the hardwood, coming up to the Forest this evening. Panthers up one set, but the Evergreens in command set two. Brooke Johnson unloads from the outside, rifling it cross court for the 19-13 advantage, but Nora Kruger responding with some finesse of her own, right down to the sweet spot in the middle. Rivals trading blows. Now 22-20 late in the second, but the comeback capped off by Addie Pesky. Her para ace pace is uncontrollable for Everest. Game, set, match. She calls it the Panthers prowl in 3 sets. Year 3 of the climb has already taken UW-Stevens Point football into some rarefied air. With Saturday's 36-13 win over Pacific University, the Pointers moved to 3-0 for the first time in nearly a decade. In just 3 weeks, head coach Luke Vinay's already matched his win total from his previous 2 seasons at the helm. The Pointers' offense has been truly elite, racking up over 400 yards out in Oregon Saturday. They've also scored over 28 points in each of their 3 victories. But it's been a balanced attack. The defense earning its calling card with countless timely stops, including here a game-sealing OT stand to set the tone back in week 1. For this entire group, it's all about building on the positives.
100% effort to the ball until the whistle blows. That's a big part. You know, you're gonna mess up the scheme sometimes. You're gonna mess up your job, but as long as you're 100% till the whistle blows, good things are gonna happen.
And where we are now compared to where we were, it's just awesome. What a great feeling. A lot of stuff to learn from these last 3 weeks, and a lot of stuff to build upon.
It does feel good, for sure. And I'm just really happy for these guys. You know, these guys have worked really hard and put a lot of time in, and we're gonna have ups and downs throughout the whole year, and we gotta be able to fight through those things and celebrate the positives and learn from the negatives and continue to win football games.
The Pointers, as I mentioned, now enjoying the week off for a bye, resting up, getting healthy before opening WAOW play with UW-Platteville Saturday, October 4th. Brewers and Padres with another late start out on the West Coast. This one nearly over before it started. First inning, Ryan O'Hearn taking a grand salami off Bruce Zimmerman. 4-0 in a flash. Just 1 out recorded in the ball game. In the second, it gets no better. Luis Arraez sends another 2-run shot off the pole. They'd call this one fair. Padres leading big late in the game. We'll be right back.
And before we go, Jackson's back with a final check of our forecast.
It's going to be one of those weeks where if you don't get outside and take advantage of the weather, you might be a little upset with yourself once things start to cool down. Let's take a look here at what we're tracking moving forward. Lots of 70s this week, right there in the comfortable sweet spot. A lot of sunshine as well. We'll still see a few clouds over the next couple of days, some morning fog as well. But you can see Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all looking wonderful. So if you have any weekend plans, you should have some pretty great weather. Looks like the nice conditions will stick around into next week as well.
All right, Jackson, thank you. That does it for us here at 10. Jimmy Kimmel Live is up next. Have a good night.